Cool, right? All right, the bridge is retracting. Guys, we're about to launch a rocket. Let's turn it over and listen in on pad audio as New Shepard comes alive for space. New Shepard at this point completely autonomous, starting at T-minus 2 minutes. She's going to be running through her last bit checks. There you go, aft fin checks, 4 of those fins supporting the directional capability of the rocket. And then shortly here, we're going to see the BE-3 engine nozzle gimbal also supports the directional capability of the rocket. All the while, I know our team is in mission control, keeping their eyes on the temperature and the pressures in the propellant tank. Man, I have said this before, but there's nothing like a ticking clock and a rocket behind you to get your heart going. Guys, it's time to go to space. Let's get ready to rumble, New Shepard. Look at her go. Mission Control has confirmed New Shepard has cleared the tower on her way to space from West Texas. Go, baby, go. You can follow along as she speeds up towards space. You see there at the top right corner of your screen. Bottom left corner of the screen is the altimeter. We're just about at max Q, maximum dynamic pressure on the rocket. Max Q confirmed. And she continues to punch her way to space for the 5th time this rocket. A nice clean burn on the BE-3 engine. Following from this outside desk, a beautiful trail as she launches up towards space. We're looking for about 335,000 feet today for a max altitude. All right, those 38 payloads in there, they've definitely by now have felt those Gs. They come on gradually. You peak at about 3 Gs on the way up. Our next milestone here, MECO, main engine cutoff. The engine's gonna cut off, but it's gonna continue its ascent to space, both the booster and the capsule together. Main engine cutoff is confirmed. You can also see in the top right corner of the screen that the speed is coming down. Separation is confirmed. At that point, if we were up there flying in space, we're gonna let you unbuckle, turn those somersaults. I'm definitely doing a superwoman across the cabin. There you go. You can see the 2 distinct craft in your screen. Capsule on the right, booster on the left. Those payloads in there right now is when they're getting their nice, very clean micro Gs. This new Shepard rocket, based on the trajectory, gets really nice clean Gs, which is great for these experiments. All right, still accelerating up. We passed the Kármán line, the internationally recognized line of space. That's at about 330,000 feet. And we've hit apogee. You see now that the speed went to 0. It's now speeding up again as the craft are coming home. Unofficial altitude, 344,000 feet or so. We're going to actually confirm that number for you. And after the mission, a couple hours after the mission, we'll give you the official statistics. Correction, 346,000 feet or so. A nice high altitude. The higher you go, the longer your 0 Gs. If only we were in there, guys. It's coming. All right. The two craft are headed home. The booster on the left, the capsule on the right. The booster is going to beat the capsule home because of its more aerodynamically shaped than the capsule, which has kind of a blunt end to it. All right, right about now, the rocket itself is going to hit what we call atmospheric pierce point. It's coming back from space into the atmosphere. It means it has air pressure for some of those aerodynamic surfaces to push against so it can maneuver itself. First of the subsystems to support the stability of the rocket, the wedge fins, we have confirmation that they have been deployed. You're going to see them get a little sharper in your screen. Those are based up at the top of the rocket in what we call the ring fin. Now, the ring fin itself is also supporting the stability of the rocket. It centralizes the pressure, and so the rocket, just on its own, wants to stay nice and vertical on its way home. There you can see those wedge fins out. There are 4 of them, again, at the top of the rocket. New Shepard looking nice and stable on her way home. All right, at about 12,000 feet, there that goes. Drag brakes. Watch as the speed of the rocket dramatically is reduced. And we're going to wait for the BE-3 engine to relight and bring her down for a nice soft landing. Boom! We felt the sonic boom here down in Texas. Look at that beautiful hover. Just magic. Look at that. And touchdown. Amazing. Beautiful. Look at those wedge fins retracting. And there go the drag brakes as well. Her work is done. 5th flight to space and back for that rocket. Just incredible. Congratulations to the Blue Origin team on that. Just another beautiful flight to space and back. All right, well, show is not over. All eyes are on the capsule now with those 38 payloads on board. Again, that's a record for our new Shepard capsule. There go the drogue chutes. And there are the mains. A bit of coning, but that is all right. Reefed and now full inflation of the parachutes. Picture perfect. I can see the capsule from here just off in the distance. Nice and stable descent. Look at that. Look at those big, beautiful windows showing off for you, glistening in the Texas sun. A nice stable descent. See, it's 16, 15 miles an hour. Last milliseconds, we're gonna get the retrothrust system that's going to fire. It's gonna kick up the dust, but that's a nice air cushion for the payloads. I see our team has already left our center here. It's going off to recover the capsule, and there it is, touchdown. A beautiful, beautiful launch and landing of the booster and the capsule today. Incredible. I'm telling you, this has been quite the morning. There's nothing like a work day, quote unquote work day, when you get to launch and land rockets. Am I right? Look at those two beautiful pieces of engineering. Look at that. Again, congratulations to the whole Blue Origin team, and congratulations to our customers. I know they're going to be heading out there shortly to check out their payloads. In fact, you know, their work is actually just starting now, if you think about it. Just incredible. So as mentioned, our team is preparing the landing safety operations and recovery, and we're going to be getting our customers out there at just as soon as possible. Look at that beautiful capsule. Now again, we've got some unofficial statistics for you. We will be sending out all of the official statistics later on today. Mission launch time, 8:32 a.m. Central Standard Time. Maximum ascent velocity, 2,217 miles per hour, or about 3,500 kilometers per hour. Maximum altitude, 346,406 feet, about 106 kilometers. And then mission elapsed time, 10 minutes and 10 seconds. Wow, what a day here in Texas. It has been just a pleasure to be down here with you. I want to send a special thank you and congratulations to our team, to our customers. We really want to fly with you guys again. I got to catch my breath here for a second. We have so many exciting things happening at Blue at the moment. We want you all to be a part of it. Tune in to our next webcast. Check out our website to come join the team. And until our next webcast, my name is Ariane Cornell. I'm going to go do some capsule chasing myself. I'll be on our Blue Origin Instagram later on, so you can follow along with me. And until our next launch, Gradatum Ferociter. stands. Down in Florida, we've got our big New Glenn rocket factory. New Glenn, of course, our orbital rocket that's coming online in 2021. We're filling this huge factory that we've taken over about a year and a half ago with big machinery to build that big rocket. And then just 8 or 9 miles as the crow flies from that factory down in Cape Canaveral is the launch complex that we're also building out. And last but not least, as we mentioned, down in Huntsville, Alabama, our newest location, we are going to be building the BE-3Us and BE-4 engines at a new state-of-the-art location. Now, just a couple of miles from there at the Marshall Space Flight Center, we're also going to be taking over test stand 4670, where we're going to be testing those engines that are coming off the line of the engine factory. So in case you didn't catch it, we've got a lot coming down the pike. And you know what? To be able to do it, not only do we need to grow with a lot of people, but we got to grow with the best and the brightest, which means you guys. Please check out our website. We've got various teams that need a diverse set of backgrounds, so check it out. We want to have you guys on the team. Okay, we're at T-minus 14 minutes and 20 seconds to go until launch. Let's check out New Shepard as she warms up for flight. She is, New Shepard, looking forward to her 5th flight to space and back on that same rocket. She's got a couple of scuff marks on her, but that is what a reused rocket looks like. So we are excited to have her back out again on the pad. It's a beautiful morning down here to launch some rockets. Okay, so let's talk about over the next couple of months, towards the end of this year, we are going to be flying humans on top of this rocket. But the only way that it's going to work is, of course, if we do it safely. Safety is at the core of everything that we do at Blue, including the rocket itself. One of the most important subsystems that we have on that rocket is the abort motor, or the escape motor. Now, the escape motor is meant to fire in the case that anything wrong is detected with the rocket. We want to get the capsule and whatever it's in it, payloads today, perhaps people in the future, we want to get it away from the booster and bring it back safely. Now, that system is completely autonomous, and we've tested it that way, and let me tell you, I think the successes speak for themselves. So why don't we check out some of the highlights from those 3 escape tests. Now, the first one was back in 2012, as mentioned earlier. We want to make sure that we can get the booster, the capsule away from the booster, even on the pad, even if it hasn't lifted off yet. Complete success. Next, just a couple of years later, we did fire the escape motor at max Q during flight. Max Q, maximum dynamic pressure on the rocket, which means it's even that much more difficult to fire the escape motor away, but again, worked out perfectly. And then just a couple of months ago, we fired the escape motor up at altitude 290,000 feet, 88 kilometers up, not quite into space, but very, very high up there, and it performed perfectly. We also had the reaction control system that came in for a nice stabilization of the capsule, and you see the retro thrust system there fired nicely for a soft landing here in Texas. So safety, 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 it's at the core of what we do, and it's not only on the rocket itself, but it's inside of the capsule. We have a couple of safety features that I'd like to walk you through, so why don't we check out this capsule. The big, beautiful windows, we've talked about them a lot. Nice for gazing out up over 100 kilometers when you're up there in space, but we've built them multi-paned acrylic windows. We've tested them extensively on the ground, pressure tested them, but we've also tested them in space. The capsule that's out there on the pad has gone to space 4 times and back, and they've worked very nicely. The seats there, We built those in-house. You see that X mechanism, the scissor mechanism, meant to take out any last vertical energy, make sure if it's a bumpy ride, we'll make it softer for you. And then last but not least, that white paneling, acoustic paneling. We want to be able to dampen out any vibration. We want from a hearing standpoint that it's comfortable but also safe. So a beautiful ride that we've designed for you, aesthetically very pleasing on your way up to space, but first and foremost, we've built it with safety in mind. Okay, we're at T-minus 10 minutes and 20 seconds to go until launch. Why don't we check out New Shepard on the pad as she warms up for her 5th flight to space and back today. All right, everybody, welcome back. We are live here in West Texas, waiting for New Shepard's 11th mission to space in this test program. Why don't we get into the profile of today's test? It is what we call a nominal flight profile. It's what you and I are going to be flying when we go into space later this year. It means that the capsule and the booster are going to lift off together. They're going to go up to 75 kilometers, and the capsule is going to separate from the rocket, continue up over 100 kilometers. That's when you're going to get the 3 to 4 minutes of zero-G freedom, taking in those beautiful views. And then the capsule, of course, will come down under the parachutes and retrothrust system that will create the air cushion just in the last milliseconds. The booster itself, of course, will continue up to its own apogee and come in for a nice soft landing just 2 miles north of where it's taken off from. So cool. Now, let me tell you, I think a lot about going to space these days. Of course, it is part of my day job, but I want to take you on this mental journey. So let's go to space together and back. So when you guys come down later this year to go flying on New Shepard, you're going to come about a day and a half prior. We're going to train you, make you feel comfortable. And then on the morning of, we're going to go out to the crew tower. We're going to ascend those stairs, reflecting on what we're about to embark on. Enter into the capsule with 5 of your best friends. It's very roomy. Get buckled in, and then the BE-3 engine is going to rumble. And as we ascend towards space, the G's are going to come on, and then main engine cutoff, separation, and that's when we're going to take in, again, the freedom of zero-G. Turn our somersaults, that's kind of what I'm looking forward to. I've never been up in zero-G. And then also gaze out of those huge windows back down at Earth. The colors of the Earth popping back at us, the darkness of space, it's just going to be incredible. And then we're going to get buckled back in, come back down, the chutes are going to inflate, and it'll be a nice soft 15 or 16 miles an hour, nice slow descent back to Earth. I mean, what I think is so cool about this upcoming experience is it's going to be the most intense, adrenaline-filled moments of our lives, but also in many ways the most reflective, right? I mean, I think it's so cool that we're sitting here talking about human spaceflight as something that you and I are going to be able to do. What a time to be alive, am I right? Okay, dreamers, come back with me. Step by step, ferociously. That is what we're about at Blue, which means that we got to focus on the step that's right in front of us, which is today's mission. We have 38 payloads on board. Why don't we send it to the pad, check out New Shepard. We are in a brief hold. That's okay. That is fine with us. As we've said before, on several missions, we spend a lot of time building the rockets, designing the missions. Our customers, of course, have been designing their experiments. If we need to take another minute or two before launch, that is just fine with us. So why don't we turn it over to the pad and watch New Shepard as she gets ready for her launch today. All right, thank you everybody for joining us live for New Shepard's 11th mission to space. This is the test program that continues as we march towards first human space flight later this year. We are at T-minus 6 minutes and 57 seconds to go until launch. Our team is in a brief hold here. Just want to make sure that everybody's aligned, that the weather is all in bounds. It looks nice and calm behind me, but it has been quite breezy down here in the last couple of days. And we also want to make sure that winds aloft are all within the bounds. But while we have some time, let's talk about something that is at the core of what we do at Blue Origin when building the rockets. At the base, at the heart of it all, it's the engines. Liquid propulsion engineering is key to what we do here at Blue Origin. Now, I want to tell you a little bit more about one of our newer engines coming down the line, the BE-3U, or the upper stage variant of the BE-3. So the BE-3 engine is the engine that is propelling New Shepard today. It is liquid oxygen and liquid hydrogen that propel the rocket, but for the upper stage engine, we always knew that we wanted to use hydrogen. So we knew that we were going to upgrade this engine. To do so, there are a couple of tweaks that we're making. We're going to put a big nozzle on the BE-3U because it's going to be the upper stage engine. There are going to be 2 of those on the second stage of New Glenn, the big orbital rocket. So for in-space propulsion, it's really important. And the other thing that we're doing is we're going from 2 turbines on the BE-3 to 1 back-to-back turbine. So we're making those changes on the BE-3U, and we're testing it here in Texas. Really, really exciting. All right, I understand that the team is out of the hold. We are at T-minus 6 minutes and 20 seconds to go until launch. Now, as I mentioned, today's launch is about those 38 payloads that are on board. We have our customers down here. They're very excited. A lot of choreography and orchestration goes to getting all of those payloads ready and down here on time. So why don't we hear from them what it's like?
And right now, it's really the golden age of space.
Essentially with smart Legos that are tossed out into microgravity, contained.
Time to shine. Check out the website. The deadline is May 6th. I know it's a couple days away. It's a long weekend. You got this, guys. Send something in. We want to send the 2 of the coolest art projects to space. That's going to be a blast. All right, we're at T-minus 2 minutes and 30 seconds to go until launch. Let's check out New Shepard on the pad. Again, this is the 5th flight for this rocket and this capsule. This capsule today full of 38 payloads on board. Now that capsule will continue to be used for payloads. The newest capsule that's going to be flying humans later this year, it's in the barn, not too far away from me. And because it's such a special capsule to us, we actually decided to name the newest capsule that's just in the barn, the RSS First Step. RSS, reusable spaceship, of course, right? And First Step because it is our first capsule that is going to be taking people. It's going to enable our vision of millions of people living and working in space. So cool, right? All right, the bridge is retracting. Guys, we're about to launch a rocket. Let's turn it over and listen in on pad audio as New Shepard comes alive for space. New Shepard at this point, completely autonomous, starting at T-minus 2 minutes. She's going to be running through her last bit checks. There you go, aft fin checks, 4 of those fins, supporting the directional capability of the rocket. And then shortly here, we're going to see the BE-3 engine nozzle gimbal also supports the directional capability of the rocket. All the while, I know our team is in mission control, keeping their eyes on the temperature and the pressures in the propellant tank. Man, I have said this before, but there's nothing like a ticking clock and a rocket behind you to get your heart going. Guys, it's time to go to space. Let's get ready to rumble, New Shepard. Look at her go. Mission Control has confirmed New Shepard has cleared the tower on her way to space from West Texas.